Kai and I want to talk about our 5 comic book series from DC that are, I guess, like ongoing. Like maybe they've been coming out for 10 plus issues. Just the 5 that we really think are the highlights as we're a fourth of the way through into 2026. So Kai has his picks. I've got my picks, and I'm interested into what we've got. Should make for an interesting conversation. In another list, in another video, if you guys are watching this on YouTube later, we'll be talking about 5 series that are maybe for newer readers. Like if you're trying to get into DC Comics, like what's just coming out or maybe what's on the horizon in the next couple weeks that we think you should check out. But in this one, this is all stuff that has, been coming out for a while. We've known it's goated for the longest time. So, right. Yeah. With that being said, I don't know, Kai, do you have any... I'll be honest with you, I only have 6, so like 1 runner-up and 5 on my list, but if you have any shout-outs, if you got any runner-ups that you want to get into, I would love to hear them, so I'll just give you the floor here as we start.
I don't have it with me, but a runner-up, I would say, is Batgirl.
I love that.
I think people should be picking up Batgirl. While I don't think it is as amazing as the first 2 arcs are, I do think we are entering a very interesting era for Cassandra Cain, especially with her being a bloodbender now. That is very interesting. That happened last issue. And that was a pretty solid issue. I really enjoyed that. So I can't wait to see where they're going to go with this. But yeah, I would say Batgirl, man, because I love Cassandra Cain. If you don't know, Cassandra Cain is my favorite Batgirl. I love her the most. Also, if anybody has the chance to get her DC's Finest, I would highly recommend you should.
I need that at some point. I need that.
It has issues 7 through 27, which her first run was really big, chat. I don't know if y'all know, but her run went out for it went on for 74 issues, 75.
It's pretty legendary. It's a big, that's pretty sick.
It's a very legendary big run. And that was her very first run, which is insane. But yeah, definitely read that whenever I get the chance. If you want to know more about Cassandra Cain, because she is such a dope character. I love Cassandra. So that would be my runner-up, I would say, I guess, for DC. As far as what's currently ongoing right now, I would say Batgirl.
Not mad at that at all. I think Batgirl, so the way I kind of interpreted this ongoing list was, if I had to wipe my pull list clean, start over from scratch, what are the first 5 DC series that have to make the cut? And then, this runner-up would be that 6th. So for me, the runner-up, in the 6th place spot, I've got Absolute Superman. So I think that if worst comes to worst, I could have Absolute Superman collected in a trade or collected in a hardcover or whatever. I don't necessarily need to have that issue, on New Comic Book Day. I do, right? It's number 6, so there is some wiggle room there. But yeah, that's what I would have to have my runner-up. Just the where we are from issue 1 to where we just had with Absolute Parasite and stuff like that. I mean, it is just such a great chunk of Superman that he's now in his element. Jason Aaron is cooking. We got Juan Ferreira on the art. It is some of the best stuff coming out of DC. I just think that if worst comes to worst, I could collect it or wait for it, read it in a different way. But yeah, that's what I would give my number 6 pick for DC ongoings. So yeah.
Josiah in the chat said, honestly, Cassandra Cain is my favorite Bat member over Nightwing and Batgirl himself.
Not mad at that.
Not mad at that at all.
Probably top 3 for me. Yeah, right. You got to give the Nightwing, right.
But Cassandra's right there with him. She's my number 2, actually. So
yeah, I was thinking number 3, but like a safe pick. But 2, I could be convinced for 2. Ask me tomorrow, it's probably 2. So yeah.
Absolutely. So Absolute Superman as a runner-up. That's interesting. Because I pretty much did Absolute Universe all in one. Honestly,
I got you. Okay, I got you.
That's what I did. So that would be the first pick I would say is the Absolute Universe for sure.
Gotcha. Yep.
Definitely something people have to be picking up. It's just incredible. These are the 4 that I currently follow monthly. I don't follow Green Lantern or Flash in singles. But I did hear that Green Lantern got better. I've heard from many mutuals of mine. So
I heard that as well. Yep.
I'm gonna pick up the trade. I'm gonna pick up the trade and read volume 2, and then when I read volume 2, that'll decide if I go back to singles with Green Lantern or not.
Gotcha.
But yeah, for the most part, everybody should be picking up Absolute Universe, man. Wonder Woman is the best out of all of them, in my opinion. I think me and Kody have already expressed that. Superman is at my number three. I think Superman is getting better and better, man. And this new arc is really kicking it up a notch. Um, but yeah, we're definitely going to talk about issue 17 when we do our top 10 of March.
Yeah, yeah,
When we do
absolutely.
our
Yeah,
top 10
yeah.
of March, we'll talk about issue
Gotta be.
17. Issue 17 was something. That it was epic, man. It was pretty crazy. Then of course Batman, that's probably everybody's number one, which I can I can see the vision for. I love Batman. I do think the Poison Ivy stuff has been really, really intriguing. I honestly, I think she's the most intriguing villain we've gotten
The
out of
most
Absolute
complex,
Batman,
like
if
the
you ask me.
most.
Probably the most yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The most
She's
complex
not
for
just
sure.
evil, like she's doing it for her own kind of reasons, and she wasn't working with the bad guys, which maybe I thought initially. Like she's doing it for her own, machinations and stuff like that. So yeah, I found that to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have the most trippiest out of them all, Absolute Martian Manhunter, which
Sign,
is
you got to
which
drop
is
that sign,
which
just
is which is me and Cody's like. Honestly, I think it's probably my favorite out of the absolutes.
okay.
I just have I don't know, man. Like I'm down for just weird and trippy stuff. So I guess Martian Manhunter kind of just falls up a bit of my alley. But Martian Manhunter, I still think is really incredible from a narrative perspective and for the themes it's tackling. Martian Manhunter is incredible. Just incredible stuff. So that'd be the first thing that I would say to pick up for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm not. I mean, obviously, that's. I think that's great. You gotta if you can fit, all of the absolutes. I mean, you might as well, dude. It's some of the best stuff coming out of DC. I guess my question for you though is, out of those, like, worst comes to worst, and you can only have one absolute on your pull list. Like, what's the one that you have to be pulling in singles, like no matter what, out of all of them?
It's gotta be Wonder Woman.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't live without it. I can't.
I gotcha.
It's the best. It's the best title. Like I get really excited for Absolute Wonder Woman. I feel like every month I'm just always excited to see what Wonder Woman is gonna do next. But it's obviously like it's crazy because I do think if we're going off excitement every month, I think yeah, Batman will probably be number one just because you're always excited to see what's the next cool thing he's going to do, and also because Batman just has that hype behind it, and like something's crazy gonna go down, or it's gonna be another crazy character design. Like you just knew for Batman, it's gonna be something super sick. But I'm still just overly excited for Absolute Wonder Woman. I just think it's the most consistent run out of the Absolute universe. It's the most focused. I think it's probably the best writing wise. I think it's the most well written, and I also think it possibly can be. Well, I think Martian Manhunter might be the most unique, but Wonder Woman is right
Gotcha.
there with it. Just because with Martian Manhunter, not only have we haven't seen anything like that from Martian Manhunter, but also we haven't seen that from Wonder Woman either. It's like because Wonder Woman, it's so familiar, but not familiar at the same time. And
Yeah, Kelly Thompson is doing. I mean, we said Kelly. Yeah, we literally thought. Yeah, Kelly Thompson is doing crazy stuff in that series. So
yeah, it's so crazy because yes, we know the lore of Wonder Woman. So like, yeah, you're probably reading Wonder Woman after Wonder Woman. You're like, yo, this is familiar, but also like this is really different at the same time. She just has that balance. I think I think it's balanced so freaking well. So yeah, if I had to keep one, I'm going Wonder Woman. I'm going Wonder Woman, which pains me because obviously I love Superman and Batman too, and Martian Manhunter, but I got to pick Wonder Woman for this one.
yeah, not mad at that at all. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat, they're saying that they finally caught up on Absolute Wonder Woman. It's on my top 5 as well as Absolute Martian Manhunter. So got some love there for Absolute Martian Manhunter. I feel like that one's really flying under the radar, and it's kind of crazy. But like we say all the time, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It is a little bit out there and weird in its themes and art for sure. But
Yeah.
it's scratching. Like Kai and I really like it for sure. Shout out to the Greek lore and all that stuff. The way it's written so mystically. It's a great word for it.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So what would be your pick then, if you had to pick one?
For the absolutes, in a little bit I can get into it for sure because I definitely have them more on my list a little bit. I didn't lump them all into one for sure.
Okay, I got you.
We got some love here. Paul Dev is shouting out the fact that asking if we saw that Hayden Sherman posted that they are doing a new #1 for DC. I did see that little hint on Instagram. Oh man, what could that be? Hayden Sherman doing more DC work is always some great news. So looking forward to seeing what that could be. I have no clue. I don't even have a guess. Maybe people in the chat could do some guessing, but I'll be picking it up no matter what, right? So yeah, that's pretty cool. My first pick, I'm going with, and we're talking ongoings here, like stuff that's been going on for a really long time. I'm going the Superman title.
Me too.
Gotta give a shout out to how fun this is, like how much of a joy it is to pick up and read every single time.
Yeah.
This is kind of what opened my eyes to Josh Williamson. Like, I gotta admit, when Josh Williamson was on the Batman title, right, like some of the event stuff, I wasn't that into Josh Williamson stuff, but this is the series that kind of like, oh no, Josh Williamson just loves comic books and just wants to have so much fun and really gets to explore all the corners of Superman's mythology and all the characters, and the stuff with Lex is interesting. We got like Supergirl or Superwoman coming in. We get excellent artwork all throughout. Like, Dan Mora hops on this series like so often. We're just so blessed to see his Superman look. It's just so clean. But we also get stuff from Eddie Barrows, right? We get stuff from great coloring from Alejandro Sanchez all the way throughout as well to keep that kind of look consistent. Even if the artist changes a little bit, like we still have the excellent coloring all the way throughout. So yeah, man, I got to give a shout out to the way that this Superman title has just kept me into it all the way throughout. We're about to hit, I guess, like year 3, like, which sounds so crazy to say. And I've been pulling it in singles all the way throughout, and I've not regretted it like once. I think this is like the most consistent as far as like I've been giving like every issue like at least a 4. You know what I mean? Like, it's at least like I'm so happy I picked it up in singles. So I think that's why I got to start it with my number 5 list here if we're talking ongoings. And the last thing I'll say about it is just the fact that even though they tie into all the events and stuff like that, I think it's handled like super well. Like, as far as you know, like usually you get a little tick that your series that you've been loving all of a sudden gets thrown into like some event. But I think that the way they've handled it in the Superman title has been really fun. They've kind of enriched the events that they're tied to. They've not like taken me out of it or kind of wished that I like, okay, let's just get this over with, right? Like, I thought it's all pretty sick. So that'll start my list talking about the Superman title from Josh Williamson. So yeah, at number 5 for me.
Great title. Love that Superman title. My next one, we are going to talk about some Vertigo. Got these new Vertigo
Nice,
books,
okay.
Bleeding Hearts, End of Life, and The Peril of the Brutal Dark of Ezra Kane Mystery. We're going to talk about these titles for sure. I think everybody should be picking this up if you want to get a good introductory to Vertigo and how different it is from like mainline DCU and other stuff. The Vertigo books are always a great treat, man. I'm like the biggest fan of Nice House on the Lake by James Tynion. And it's incredible. I love the Nice House on the Lake. But a lot of Vertigo has just a wide variety of books and stories and all that stuff, man. It's just really intriguing, that universe, that Vertigo universe. It also a bit darker, I guess you would say, than your normal like DC stuff as well. So if you're into more darker things, I think Vertigo is definitely for you. If you're more into, I guess, more heavy or mature subject matter, Vertigo is also another thing for you. So definitely got to be picking these up, man. Bleeding Hearts, I think, is definitely my favorite of the bunch, especially after issue 2
nice.
Issue 2, I think issue 2 is better than issue 1 in my opinion. Issue 2 was amazing. That was what I was like. Issue 2 was what I wanted out of issue 1, and that's why I was like, because issue 1 I thought was great.
Gotcha.
I think we talked about it. Issue 1 was great, but I was like, I wasn't like hooked yet, but I'm still like, yes, I'm for it. Issue 2 got me. Like, yeah, it got me now. So definitely my favorite out of the bunch. I think this the Brutal one, the Chris Kahn and Jacob Phillips one, is my second favorite for sure. Really
Nice.
like where they're going with this. This one is kind of all gas, no breaks. They go into it like from the jump. It wastes no time.
True, absolutely, yeah.
And then End of Life, which I think is really fun, very Peacemaker-esque, I would say, for sure, with the comedy and vulgar language and the chaotic nature of it. I think End of Life is a really, really fun one, man. Definitely the most fun one, I think, out of the Vertigo titles. But yeah, they're all just special. They're all different and unique in their own way. And I think, that people should be picking it up. So this would be my...
great shout-outs. Yeah. Or great number 4 pick or whatever, like kind of grouping them all. I think all the Vertigo stuff is solid. I think it's tough to say like what my favorite out of the bunch is, but I'm with you in that I think Bleeding Hearts #2 probably better than issue 1. I loved issue 1. So yeah, I think a lot of the Vertigo stuff is something that people need to be tuned into, because like you're saying, like it is so different in tone from the rest of the stuff that's coming out of DC. But it's interesting. It's like all these comic book creators, they're coming into Vertigo with like they're coming in with heat. Like it's not like their third best idea in their notebook, like some whatever scrap of paper that let's just do the Vertigo title. Like it's some of their like they're pouring their all into some of these series. So definitely be checking out DC Vertigo. We got some shout outs to Peril of the Brutal Dark. They loved it last night. Bleeding Hearts as well. So those are their 2 favorite Vertigo titles. Derek Seaborn saying the Peril of the Brutal Dark is his favorite for sure. So I think I'm with you in the fact that Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips, like 10 issues down the line, I'm sure that'll be my favorite Vertigo stuff, just because I love that pair so much. But yeah. Number 4 for me, great shout outs from Kai talking about all the Vertigo stuff. Number 4 for me, gotta be this Nightwing title. I'm loving this Nightwing stuff. As far as an ongoing, I really think that, I guess it's probably at this point, I guess it's probably 12 issues in. I forgot when exactly when Dan Waters and Dexter Soy jumped on, but some of the looks for Nightwing in this series, man, like Dexter Soy is just such an excellent Nightwing artist, like bringing that like slick kind of style to it, like all the different moves that we know Nightwing can pull off, and I just think it comes together on the page so well. And the fact that Dan Waters, like we know he's done that detective stuff in Dark Patterns, excellent over there. The One Hand Six Fingers out of Image Comics was really, really good detective stuff. So yeah, he's bringing all that to this Nightwing title, and I've been saying it for a long time, and I think at the end of arc number 3, I think this has been my favorite Nightwing, like compared to the Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo stuff. And I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't know how the rest of the community is feeling on that, but I think for me, I'm liking this stuff. It's vibing with me a lot more. And the last thing I would say about this Nightwing series is that it's like the Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo stuff. Like, it was never bad by any means, right? It was just like Nightwing, like always felt capable. Like he always was on top of it. Like Nightwing was never in any real danger. Like he'll solve the problem. Kind of like bright and cheerful, like a warm blanket or something. Like it just felt nice and comfortable. This series though, it's got like that edge to it that I'd be looking for a Nightwing series. So I think that's why it's vibing with me a little more. That's got to be my number 4 pick. And as we're heading into it, then we got the new artist coming in. Although I'll miss Dexter Soy's artwork. Dennis Cohen, legendary stuff. Kai and I just did a full video, praising his work on the Question Omnibus. So bringing some of that energy into the detective stuff we know Dan Waters writes so well. Like, I think we're going to be in like a new era for Nightwing. I'm just so excited about it. So that's got to be my number 4 pick. Got to be that Nightwing series, man.
It's a great pick, man. My third pick, you actually already talked about it, but yeah, it's going to be Superman.
There we go. Nice. There we go.
It's a great ongoing. It's one of the best if not maybe the best ongoing for mainland DC, probably. I'm trying to think on that one, but it's definitely up there. I mean, granted, Green Arrow is not here anymore, so that used to be number 1.
Break my heart.
That was number 1, but yeah, Dan Moore, Josh Williamson, they absolutely killed that. And honestly, yeah, I did enjoy the KO tie-ins from the Superman title. Honestly, I really did enjoy them. I think they were probably the second best tie-in for it, because I think number 1 is still DC KO Night Fight. But this was still really intriguing stuff. It was still adding a lot to not just the tie-in, but it was also adding a lot to just the Superman title as well. But as far as the title goes, man, the arcs in this is just incredible. This book has been amazing since day 1. Because me and Kody, like you said, we've been
the chain villain or whatever, like the Super Corp stuff. Like
dope. We had Jamal Campbell on art when I remember.
Good call. I forgot about that. That
Jamal
stuff
Campbell
was excellent, man.
Killed it on art. Oh my gosh, the first 6 issues of the Superman run, it was so good. And then
that set the tone.
I remember the arc where we had that cowboy arc for Superman, and the artist was fun. Was Bruno Redondo, and he killed it.
There you go.
He draws an amazing Superman. I think Bruno Redondo should get more respect as far as his Superman goes. He draws Superman like perfect. really
It's
perfect.
actually, yeah,
So yeah, it's really spot on. And I believe that was our first appearance of Marilyn Moonlight, which I think
underrated.
we saw her again. It was issue 25, I think we saw
She
her
popped
again.
up recently, like I feel like pretty recent,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I hope to get more of that character. Hopefully she plays a part in the next arc. Who knows? But yeah, this run has been amazing, man. Definitely has been a lot of creative issues where like, oh, what writer's gonna be on this? Who's gonna be a consistent artist through and throughout? It's definitely had those problems, but for the most part, I think the quality has always been there. So definitely, I'm gonna go with that as my number three.
Yeah, I think a last thought on Superman is you sort of touched on it, like the fact that Josh Williamson can, be bringing us like new villains, bringing us new heroes, and also throwing back to the classics. I mean, doing some different stuff with Lex, and yeah, it's all there. Like he's really explored all the different aspects of Superman and the Superman sort of world, the corner in the DC universe. So yeah, just excellent stuff all throughout. That's a great number three pick there if we're talking DC ongoings for sure. People shouting out Absolute Wonder Woman is better than Absolute Batman for
Yeah,
Derek Seaborn. So yeah, shout out to
I
that.
agree.
Number three for me, going over to the Absolute universe, we're going Absolute Wonder Woman. As far as like worst comes to worst, these three titles, I gotta have them on my pull list, right? Number Wonder Woman, if I can only keep two on, and I had to cut Wonder Woman, I could live with collecting it in trades or collecting it in hardcovers. But like Kai covered when he kind of grouped in all the Absolute stuff. This is such an excellent series. What Hayden Sherman and Kelly Thompson are doing, it's new, but it's fresh. It's old feeling. It's everything you'd want in a Wonder Woman series, but just this new take over in the Absolute Universe, and it's been excellent. I mean, all the stuff in the maze. I think it's funny because some people might say that maybe the Tetrahide arc was maybe their favorite. I thought the series, like, once she went down into hell, and I saw
Yeah,
the fact that other artists can, it's not just Hayden Sherman, like, other artists can really bring the heat too with Matea de Eloise or whatever, and
yeah,
the stuff in the maze, like when Hayden Sherman comes back, I love the stuff in the maze. That really kind of cemented this spot on my pull list for sure out of DC.
yeah,
Just excellent. You know you're getting excellence when you pull this or when you have this in your stack. You know you're in for such a good read. So
absolutely.
yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman gets that number three spot. I'm just looking forward to everything in this series, like the Absolute Zatanna getting more of a shine, and yeah, I think all the side characters are great too. So I
Yeah.
can't say a bad thing about. I dare you in the chat. Try to say something bad about this. You can't. You literally can't. So it's got my number three spot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a great pick, man. That's absolute title. That's absolute title. My second pick, we're gonna go with Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez's Batman run. Really great stuff. I think these first seven issues are really strong. Man, especially issue seven, I thought that was phenomenal. Especially how we got the moments
Yeah,
between Batman and Joker. Joker being in a tube and him being more bloated or fat looking. But they're dynamic, man. I think that issue it just cements why Batman and Joker is just such a incredible like two sides of the same coin type of ordeal. Um, they just they're just incredible. Honestly, it really is an incredible dynamic. And then that cliffhanger at the end was pretty crazy too. Uh, but yeah, this is Matt
yeah, it
Fraction
was.
having Batman at his roots. We also get like more new gear and tech as well. I really love how they highlight that every issue. It's so good. They'll be like, oh, this is like the grappler. This is the smoke pellet. This is this. This is that, and it gives actual like details and information on it. I think it's just really incredible, man. But a great Batman series. I think Matt Fraction is absolutely killing it on this run. I can't wait to see more of the Minotaur. I know we haven't gotten much of him since issue four, since his obviously his first appearance. But I can't wait to see what they do with Minotaur. I think he's going to be a very interesting villain, for sure. So if you're not picking up Matt Fraction's Batman run, man, I would highly suggest you should because it's a great Batman run. It really is.
That's an excellent pick. You know I love when this happens. We have lineups. Number two for me, it's got to be this Batman stuff for Fraction. I mean, Kai covered it so well. The first thing you said that I really want to highlight is the fact that we do get that look at the gadgets every issue. Like it's something that I haven't seen quite done. Like Matt Fraction does it a lot in his series. Like he's doing it in Hawkeye all the time. But it makes it feel like it makes Batman feel like he's not like a mythological creature that's doing all this crazy shit. Like it feels tangible. It's like no, he's using a gadget that like it does the thing that Batman needs it to do. Right? Like it's kind of it makes it feel like a different vibe than other Batman series, and just the fact that I really feel like this series, it's kind of taking it, kind of throwing it back to like we just talked about in the question omnibus, where every issue is like a case, or every issue is like a self-contained story. You might have these overarching like things that are going on, but you can pick up. Like I have issue 6 in my hands, but you could pick up issue 7, and if that's the start of you reading Matt Fraction's Batman, like you'd be fine. You could pick up issue 3 and you'd be fine. You know what I mean? Like it's an interesting way that he's kind of, breaking down the story. And I looked it up too on League of Comic Geeks. Every single issue is not like a part 1 or part 2 of like an arc. It's its own story. Like one's called Long Night, one's called like Date Night or whatever. Like it's comic booking, like an ongoing in the truest sense of the word. And the fact that we've had Jorge Jimenez all the way throughout, no fill-in artists, like that is something to be admired in these times we live in. Like just having two creators just killing it together for as long as we hopefully they go for a really long time. But yeah, man, I would really recommend people jump on to Batman. You can jump on with issue 7. It was excellent, like I was saying, the confrontation between this new version of the Joker and the kind of interplay between those two. But then you start with issue 8. I think issue 8 might be a good starting point too, and just jump on and start reading, get into it with the rest of the community, because we've all been loving Batman, and it's just such a new sort of fresh take on this character we know and love. And I guess the last thing I would say is just that I'm not going to drop a Batman. You can't be dropping Batman. Like, for me, it's like how people that pull a lot of Marvel, they say like, oh, I got to be pulling Amazing Spider-Man. Even if it's bad, even if it's not the best, like it's still something that's always on their pull list because they love that character. That's it for me with Batman. Like I've been pulling ever since Tinian stuff, like in the Fear State sort of time frame, like when they did the like whatever came after Future State, like DC. I forgot like what their initiative was, like that kind of era was called, like Infinite Frontier maybe. Yeah, like was that kind of
maybe.
Maybe that's where like I started pulling Batman, and I've just been pulling it ever since. All the highs, all the lows, but right now we're in some of the highs, right? So jump on if you've ever wanted to read Batman. Now is the time. And yeah, I mean it should be obvious why it's got me and Kai's second pick. It's just been great stuff. So yeah, always love when a lineup happens. So yeah, Batman just been so much fun, man. So yeah, great stuff there. I'll throw it to Kai for his number 1 DC Comics ongoing. Yeah, I have no clue what it could be. You already mentioned all the absolutes like in one.
I didn't even do this in a ranking order. I just picked 5.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
But yeah, my last book that I'll mention is definitely Nightwing. I think Nightwing has to be on here.
I love it.
Yeah, there's no way. But I will give a shout out. World's Finest is another one. World's Finest is another.
I had dropped that one. I kind of regret it.
Great ongoing. Yeah. Well, to be fair, World's Finest was peak like up until the Kingdom Come arc. After Kingdom Come, yeah, like it's not bad, but it's solid, but it's definitely nowhere near the peak of like the first arc.
Oh man, the Batman fusion and stuff like that, like dude.
Yeah, Batman fusion. The arc after that, you get Boy Thunder. You get the introduction to him.
Yeah, that was compelling stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think the Kingdom Come arc is probably my favorite, or even just the best. The Kingdom Come arc is just so sick.
Going back to Kingdom Come is always from Mark Waid.
Yeah, like it's so good. But Nightwing for sure has to be on here. I think me and Kody are on the same boat. I think the Dan Waters stuff is better than the Tom Taylor stuff. Some people might
let us know how you feel about that in the chat, guys.
Somebody might throw bricks at us for saying that, but I just gotta be honest, man. As much as yes, I love Bruno Redondo on Nightwing. I think he draws Nightwing phenomenally. I did love the bright inclusion to it because Nightwing is a bright character, that's for sure. I think he is definitely like a symbol of hope character, very charismatic, very hopeful. But he also has an edge, and I think Dexter Soy and Dan Waters captured that edge better than Tom Taylor did, at least in my opinion. So yeah, and I also think Dexter Soy, you can argue that maybe he drew Nightwing a little better than Bruno Redondo. Maybe. Who knows? It depends on your taste. Granted, I am a huge Bruno Redondo fan. I think, like I said before, I think he draws Nightwing exceptionally. But Dark Dexter Soy has that grittiness, that darkness, that edge. I just
That's
think it.
my
I don't
vibe for
know.
it. You guys know where I land on
think
that, but yeah.
it's probably my vibe. But yeah, you got to be picking this up, man. There's great stuff they're doing here with Nightwing. Interesting villains as well. The paneling structure by Dexter Soy, and also Nightwing kind of be like a mentor to forgot his name already. Oh, Nightwing Prime, that's his name. Him kind of like
Yeah.
being a mentor to Nightwing Prime. I think that stuff is also really good. So yeah, some really great stuff going on with this Nightwing. Man. I can't wait to see what Dennis Cohen does. I've seen the previews for the next issue. If you go on Comic Geeks, they always got previews and stuff that you can see.
Right, right.
And I seen that, and the art looks pretty solid. I mean, we'll definitely see where it goes. I just can't wait to have it in my hands to actually critique it or see it for myself. But yeah, everybody's got to be picking up Nightwing, man. Nightwing's just a great character, and it's just a great overall ongoing run. It has been fantastic. Like the stuff with Dazani and all that, really intriguing stuff.
Yeah, I think that Dan Waters is doing like the grounded stuff in that first arc really well. You get into like the fifth dimensional. Like I'm not the biggest fan of the fifth dimensional stuff, but I thought Dan Waters handled it really well.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the final battle with the Zanny in that third arc. I think that's like a nice 12 issues, like right there, nice big chunk. And we're looking forward to the future. I think we're gonna be in the new era. Could possibly like even level up. So that's why it's it easily gets that spot on the pull, is because the series could get even better. Like it's got the makings of it, and I think that's just really exciting.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, my number one pick of ongoing DC series that I've got to have on the pull list, where the hell did I put it? Got to be Absolute Batman, right? So Kai kind of alluded to it before. Partly because I cover it on the channel, like I gotta have it in single issues. Like you gotta be.
Right.
I can't get this spoiled for me. That'd be just such a shame. But even beyond that, I think that if, in the same way that I feel about the Batman series, like I think that if there was only 2 spots on the DC pull list in single issues, I think it's these. Like I think it's these. Just what Scott Snyder is doing in the series. Like you never know what. That's what, like when you said that. I mean, that's when it really clicked for me. Like you never know what's gonna be in the pages of this. Like the ending. Was this no? This is the latest issue. What happened in issue 18? Like, what is going on there, bro? So, like, you have to pick up the next issue to see what the hell's going on with that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I just think that you can't escape Absolute Batman. It just has such a large presence in the comic book space, the comic book community. So, if I could only have one thing on the pull list, I think it'd be Absolute Batman in 2026. Like, it just can't miss it type of comic books, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, you can't. It's that big. It's too big to not pick up, because at this point, like, you're gonna get spoilers, you're gonna get panels online, like
before, like on Tuesday before the comic even comes out, people are spoiling and stuff. Man, it's crazy.
Exactly, and I can't wait for a Scarecrow to show up. It's gonna be very.
It's all, dude. Like just looking forward. Like we got this absolute Scarecrow with his crazy design. Just picking up the pieces of what just happened in issue 18. Like what's going on with that. We got the absolute Robin coming in. There's all this like stuff with Barbara Gordon, all this stuff with Dick Grayson. We see more panels of him more and more. It's like, what's going on with that? So there's just so much that I need to like find out about. And it's like Scott Snyder is setting up the dominoes like so well. So,
so many subplots. That is one of my critiques of Absolute Batman, is that there's so many subplots. But I like I said before, I do think this Poison Ivy little mini arc was really, really great. So I'm not even mad, because I do think he's expanding this world really, really well. I just wish, I just wish we got some answers on some things, because like I said, there's just some subplots all over the place. But hopefully,
it's true.
He'll touch on them. I'm gonna trust Scott Snyder. But yeah, Absolute Batman is definitely something everybody should be picking up. Whether you're a Batman fan or not a Batman fan, you should be probably picking this book up, especially the way the market is going right now. This book is really pricey right now. So yeah.
It's just like you got to be in that sort of zeitgeist. Like it just, I don't know. But yeah, so I think with that being said, man, that's our top 5 DC ongoings. The stuff that just has to have a place on Kai and I's pull list. And yeah, if any of these sound interesting to you, make sure you check them out at your local comic book store. Add them to your subscription, add them to your pull list. Use League of Comic Geeks to keep track of it all. They don't pay me to say that. I just use that app like every day.
It's
so yeah,
helpful.
excellent stuff there. Helpful. It's helpful, right? So yeah, with that being said, that's our list. And Kai and I are doing a series of videos. So at this point, the Question Omnibus review should be up as well. And then Kai and I are getting together to also talk about the top 5 DC series that are maybe for more new readers, like they've just started. They could be great jumping on points, or maybe stuff that's coming out in the near future that looks interesting. So yeah, definitely check out all of that. But Kai, give you the platform real quickly to remind everybody where they can follow you. Thanks to your contributions to the channel. It's very much appreciated. But yeah, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, KaiBucks6 on Instagram. I'm on my stories. I don't really post a lot on Instagram, but maybe I might. I've been debating it. For TikTok, KaiBucks0. You can follow me here. For the people who are on stream, you can follow me at KaiBucks0. And then KaiBucks on Letterboxd, because I am a Letterboxd head. I'm on there daily. Yeah, I think those are the... And the Four World Friends podcast. So subscribe to the Four World Friends podcast as well. So you can get subscribed to that, because we will be pumping out some videos for y'all. We're trying to get back into the swing of things.
Right on, man. So yeah, shout out to Kai. Make sure you follow him. He's the tastemaker. I say it all the time. Best recommendations in the game. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. And Kai, you mind hitting me with a spread for the thumbnail? I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, of course, guys. Shout out and read more comics, of course.
Yes, sir.
Nice.